breaking news.
Flames shooting out of a home in Seminole County tonight. A couple forced to run for their lives, barely grabbing their pets as the roof nearly caves in on them. And we now know that lightning is to blame for all of this. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Luann Sorrell.
And I'm Marlisa Goldsmith. The fire is out, but the house is in pretty rough shape. The fire happened in the Buckingham Estates neighborhood. That's just west of I-4 and the 417 interchange in Sanford. And that's where we find Fox 35's Chancellor Wynn tonight. Chancellor, what are you seeing right now?
Well, Marlisa, right now there are still crews here on scene, and as you mentioned, the people inside the home were able to get out of there safely after firefighters believe lightning struck the home, sparking that fire. I'm going to take a quick step out the way. You can actually see right above the front door, they're shooting a little bit of water, squirting more water on this home here, and that's what's been the scene for hours now as firefighters have been battling this fire. They believe it started in the attic. When they arrived on scene, they say the flames were towering above the home. You can actually take a look at some cell phone video from neighbors, and you can see in this video just how large those flames were. Now, again, firefighters believe this fire started in the attic and was coming through the roof, so they started battling it from above, spraying thousands of gallons of water per minute onto the home, onto those flames. Now, we actually spoke with a lieutenant from the Seminole County Fire Department, and he says that that's what firefighters do when they get to a scene where flames are coming from the roof. They take a defensive approach.
Unfortunately, in Florida, when we have lightning strikes and it hits the attic fires are one of the hardest fires that we have. It's a large, expansive area. There's not a fire stop, and fire spreads quickly. And when you have fires exposed and through the roof, one of the tactics we have is to go defensive and put a lot of water on that fire.
Now, we saw the firefighters using hoses again, spraying more water onto this home. That's because they're looking for hot spots. They're keeping an eye out to make sure new flames don't ignite, and that's part of their process. One firefighter says that they will actually be taking mandatory stops here at this home throughout the night. A stop about an hour from now, and then they'll keep checking back every hour to 2 hours to make sure more hot spots don't ignite. And if we look over to the left just a tad, you can see just how many firefighters are here. You have Lake Mary, Seminole County, and Sanford fire departments that were all providing mutual aid to help stop this fire. But with the amount of flames and the fire damage and the amount of water used to battle these flames, they believe right now this home could be a total loss. But for now, reporting live in Seminole County, Chancellor Wynn, Fox 35 News.
Chancellor, thanks so much. That lightning strike happened just as some strong storms were hitting Seminole County.
And Fox 35 storm team meteorologist Noah Bergeron joins us tonight. So, Noah, what do you know about that lightning strike?
Yeah, so Lou, Marlisa, our lightning system detected specifically where that lightning bolt was, but the storms tonight were very positively charged. There's two types of lightning, positive bolts and negative bolts. On Earth, most weather in thunderstorms produce negative lightning. I'll explain to you that more in a second, but look at the radar. This is back from 7:23 p.m. You see the storms along I-4. 26% of those lightning bolts were positive bolts. I'll explain to you again more what they were in a second. This yellow one here was a rare positive bolt of lightning. You can see where that fire was. This is the bolt of lightning off of Markham Road. You see there at 7:23, that's the individual cloud to ground bolt. When you see these symbols on our radar, these are confirming actual cloud to ground bolts of lightning, which unfortunately tonight struck a home. So the differences between those two types of lightning, negative lightning bolts are about 90% of all bolts on Earth. They're 30,000 amps or lower. They strike from the bottom of the cloud, so when you look up at the sky, the bottom of the cloud to the ground. Positive bolts occur when the atmosphere is very unstable. They only account for about 10% of all bolts on Earth, and they could be up to 300,000 amps. So they're way stronger. The flash that occurs is like, oh my gosh, much stronger when we have positively charged thunderstorms, and they strike from the top of the cloud in the thunderstorm to the ground. And we actually had a positive bolt strike the ground in that neighborhood, which may have actually been part of the cause why that fire started so quickly in that neighborhood from earlier tonight. And again, Doppler radar and our lightning detection system can differentiate these two types of lightning. So we'll talk to you more about the storms that are coming forward tomorrow and also look ahead to your weekend in a few minutes.
Noah, thanks so much. This is the second time a house in Central Florida has been struck by lightning in as many days. Yesterday, a home in the Waterford Lakes community in Orange County was hit. You can see the damage on the roof from the fire that was sparked. Fortunately, no one inside was hurt. Be sure to download the free Fox Local app on your phone. You can get live interactive radar and track storms. You can do so by downloading the app using that QR code that you see right there in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen.